The Kawasaki ER-6N is one of the best budget beginner bikes that you can buy. So we bought one, but our one needs some work.
We bought the bike from a local dealer for £100, and even though it doesn't start, that's still a really good deal. The reason that the bike doesn't start is because the spark plug no longer exists in the engine, and it decided to take the thread with it when it left. So we've got our work cut out for us, tapping a new thread into the head of the engine today.
So our first actual task of the day is to remove the tank. So it's got a bit of old fuel in there, we'll be getting rid of that. And by the looks of it, the first step to do is this couple of 10mm bolts right here. The next step, if you look in here, is to get rid of these connectors for the fuel pump. This side's just an electrical connector, so I'll see if I can get that out. Ready, go. Oh, that was minimal. I think probably 10mm came out.
Yeah.
With the tank removed, it was onto the airbox and trying to take that off, and you will not believe the state of this air filter.
After that, we should have access to the sparky plugs. Oh, look at that. It definitely needs replacing. So this air filter has disintegrated over the years. It's just got a massive missing spot here. This definitely needs to be replaced.
With that grimy bit of foam out the way, we can now take a look down through the head of the engine and see what we're dealing with.
It's a very dirty engine, to be honest. It's got a lot of grime and years. It's quite an old boy. And you know what else we're missing? Which could be a very big issue. In fact, we can't run without it.
What are we missing?
The ignition coil for that cylinder.
Oh.
So on this cable here should be another ignition coil.
And with heavy clouds rolling in and the need to go and order a new coil stick, we knew that we'd have to return to this another time.
Right. It's been a couple of weeks since we were last out here working on the ER-6N. In that time, we've had some progress. I think it was last week. We actually managed to get the tap back out of the cylinder where we dropped it in the last time we filmed. We also have a new coil pack to put in, and we are going to attempt to remove the existing coil pack just to see if everything's all right in that cylinder. So let's have a look. So this is what I'm on about. In here we can see coil stick 1 on this side. This is the one we're going to try and get off so that we can actually see if that side is any good.
So we are part of someone called Superbike Surgery's Discord. So he has a Discord full of technicians and things, which is really useful. Check out his channel, by the way. And I asked the question, how do you remove the stick without completely destroying it? And they've said, first of all, their quote, lift up the piss flaps, little rubber piss flaps here, and squirt some WD-40 down there. And then they said, either use a tool or try a cable tie around it and pull it out that way. Because you can see someone previously has gone at it with pliers and it was all chewed up. But we're going to try and remove it properly, and then we can determine if we need a new one. So these are sort of like metal cable ties. That's what came with the exhaust wrap. So you can secure it and they can take the heat, obviously. But hopefully these are strong enough to get round here and pull up with. They're quite tricky to start though. So this part of the build is taking longer than we thought. Just trying to get this damn thing out.
Way longer.
But that's the thing with bikes that have been on the road, especially older ones.
We haven't had any luck in getting that coil pack out. It is stuck. So what we're going to do is aim to actually drop the engine out of the bike as probably our next course of action. We probably should have done that originally, but in trying to save time and stuff like that, we were thinking maybe we would get in from the top, but it doesn't look likely anymore. So we're going to start to remove some plastics to make it a bit easier for ourselves when we do actually come to dropping the engine out, and we'll probably be able to do that in about a week's time. So let's get the plastics off.
Today is a day, another day on this bike. We've got a lot to do today. How many times can I say day? So we're planning on getting the engine out today. We've got to disconnect everything that is then connected to the bike. So we'll take the throttle bodies off, the clutch cable, throttle cable, the coolant. We may as well drop the oil because that'll make it lighter for when we try to eventually take the engine out. And then that is so we can work on it a bit easier and fix this spark plug without having to fight the frame and everything in there. So that's the plan.
Thankfully, Vinny was able to join us today, so that made things a bit easier and made for some good laughs as well.
The clip broke.
We can worry about that later.
Mark it down, Max. The electrical connector broke on the throttle body.
Okay, I've got it filmed, it's fine.
So what should I look at doing? So I don't think that's...
Yeah, that's the main lever.
Yeah.
And then that one's just for, because you can adjust the...
So what should I be doing? What should I be taking off next?
Take that off.
Yeah.
This whole handle will come off, and then you get the throttle out that way. This, I believe, is a breather pipe, I want to say.
A breather upper.
Because the air and fuel go in there, and this connects to the Airbox, which you already took off with the air filter and stuff in it. And then I think this allows a bit of breathing from the engine into sort of atmosphere, the top of the Airbox. Because on the pit bike anyway, you got a breather on the crankcase of that one. So as the piston goes down, it's making the volume less, so it builds pressure.
Okay.
And then when it's trying to go up, if it was like down to style, you try to go up, it would make a vacuum, and that's adding restriction. So it puts like a breather pipe. I'm not sure if that is the breather pipe for this bike. I think it looks like it. And you usually have a rubber hose that goes down, so if any oil splashes out, it'll just run down and it won't let any dust in. Like that's probably letting dust in there. Did you get this throttle cable sorted?
So I loosened that off, and then I was like, I'm the cameraman now because my ADHD kicked in.
Oh, that's fine, that's fine.
No, I wanted to record what you guys were doing. So yeah, maybe let's look at that. So where I
There
got
you go.
to,
Yeah, you can see
I
that
just
there.
got this bad boy out. I got one of those bad boys out, and then...
So that's the little ball joint.
Yep.
Well, connector end. And he is a bit wedged in there, I'm not going to lie. But he should come out of there with any amount of luck, which this bike just doesn't seem to have.
Yeah.
That's my favourite technique, Winnie, the bite and tug.
And I did it again, Has. I completely forgot how many sugars you have in your coffee.
So I've got 6.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you actually have 6?
No. I'm glad.
See, this is what you get on a British motoring channel. You get tea.
And
Time for tea.
coffee
Time for tea.
with 2 sugars accidentally.
Mixed with grease.
I do apologise. Mixed with grease.
Oh, it's a banging tea, mate. Cracking.
Joint.
Hang on, we just
I'm
get
trying to
him
take
out.
the slack off. It should pry. You might have to like pry him this way.
Yeah.
What we can see here is Harry and Vinny
Like the
trying to
sand
get
hole,
off the
yeah.
clutch cable from the
Just
clutch
hit the tension.
casing. Unfortunately, it's not coming very easily, so we did have to resort to some alternative methods. Anyways, after that, we moved on to removing parts like the foot peg plates and the exhaust, which wasn't too bad.
Look at that.
It's a wild caught exhaust.
Amazing.
After this, we removed the oil and the coolant from the engine in the hopes that it would make it a bit lighter when trying to drop the engine out. Next, we actually tried to start undoing one of the frame bolts that holds the engine in place. Unfortunately, we didn't have a breaker bar, so we did have to go on a bit of a road trip to go find one. However, this didn't end up going too well.
Oh. Did it do it, or did it just snap the bolt?
I think I just rounded it, to be honest. No, do you know what I did?
What?
I cracked the socket.
You joking?
No way.
Yeah.
Harry has had some Christmas gifts to help us with this build, stuff that we didn't have before, including a jack, so that we don't have to use manpower to try and get this engine down. I think this will be massively beneficial, and we do now finally have some paddock stands, as you can see, to lift the bike off the ground. Happy man?
Happy man.
Now, we did come up against a lot of difficulty trying to get this engine out. I'm not going to bore you with all of the details, but we did have to snap a number of bolts. We had to drill a number of bolts out. They were completely welded on there. Also, the chain was in a horrible condition. It wouldn't go anywhere, and so we did have to also break the chain to get it off. That's all fine though, that's absolutely fine. We were kind of expecting this because the chain needs to be replaced anyway, and the bolts, I'm sure we can source those anyway. They'll be fine.
Right. You are now watching the next day, when I can show you in better light what we did yesterday. So, engine out. Bike still covered up actually from the night before, but we're just going to clean the engine up today, and that's about it really. We'll do some more on another day, but we haven't got an awful lot of time today. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so we'll be losing the light in a couple of hours anyways. So yeah, we'll just give it a quick clean, and we'll see you. We'll give you like some sort of time lapse or something. Right, the cleaning was tough. Everything got soaked in grease and oil, so we're off to go pick up some better cleaner. So we'll see you when we're back.
Turns out brake cleaner actually worked a treat on this. As you can see, the bottom end of that engine is looking pretty good.
I've got a torch
cool.
looking at you. Right. What have we achieved today,
Oh
sir?
my goodness. The engine is now out, which is fantastic news. We have it set up on the workbench here. We've just got it laid on its back, so you'll see some of the oil down here is coming out of the engine. But
it was exposed for a long time, so I filled up the valve with engine oil and the hole in the gasket with engine oil, just the hole in the spark plug, sorry, just to help prevent any rust build up. So we're letting it drain. But it's out, Max.
Oh my god, what a lump. This thing, we were pulling it this way, that way. It was getting stuck on some of the engine mounts that were on the underneath, shimmying, and we eventually
were singing shimmy,
managed to
shimmy,
get it
A,
out.
shimmy, A, shimmy, R.
We were singing many a song.
I don't think it helped that we literally have no tools for the right job, but we managed to get the chain snapped.
How many screwdrivers have we broken?
We broke a chisel and a screwdriver.
A chisel and a screwdriver.
And a drill bit.
Today. And then last week we broke a screwdriver.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But the engine's out.
Show them the bike.
Yes, come this way. The bike is engineless.
Yeah. Doesn't it look cool?
So
it looks really cool.
This ties on to we're actually entering a soapbox. So we've got it now.
This is it.
We just got to put stabilisers on it. Oh my god. Just sit on there.
So it's actually mad to think that, Harry, you looked up the engine weight, 70 kilos, and this is a 175 kilo bike. So even without the engine, this is still 100 kilos of frame and suspension and all the electrics and the wheels, obviously.
The
and that
wheels
sort
are
of
a
stuff.
big part.
Wheels are definitely
Frame's
a big part.
But yeah, it's mad. The engine's half of it.
It is actually crazy to think. And that is the biggest engine we've had in this workshop so far.
Yes, so far. Wait till we get to the V8.
650cc.
650cc.
Parallel twin.
Unbelievable power.
Unbelievable. Massive
The
power.
biggest issue we had getting the engine out was this bolt. So we're going to have drill and get this bolt out. He's still in there, look.
That is
That's going to be our biggest challenge.
it's really jammed in there, but
And then give the engine a proper clean.
yeah.
we've already got the gaskets ready. Head gasket there. Rocker cover, it's not really rocker cover, but cam cover gasket there. And then we're on about painting the engine, aren't we?
I think, yeah, well, we're on about doing multiple things with the colours,
Yeah.
the frame, wheels, probably engine,
'Cause
or at least certain parts of the engine.
Yeah, we can highlight certain areas, but
exactly.
we don't want to leave it all silver.
No.
But I think most of the fluids are out of her now, so she might only need a little wee here and there.
Yeah, hopefully.
So that is it.
That is it.
For episode 1.
It is. We do apologise for not getting the moment when we removed the engine on video, but we were a bit preoccupied with not flattening our fingers. So I hope you'll forgive us and just understand that it was a task to get it out of there. But that'll do it for the first episode of the build.
Yes.
But there will be many more. So
yes, the next step is getting this engine to work.
And that will be a very exciting time. But
That
until
is.
then, make sure to like, comment and subscribe if I can speak properly, and we'll see you in the next one.
Oh, yes.